It's not. My new colleagues do care about their clients, but somehow the human touch is missing. The human touch? You know, like you have here. Ed waved his free arm forwards, gesturing across the rows of houseplants, seeds, and baskets of fresh vegetables. The potting shed might have tripled in size over the last year, but it hasn't lost its heart. It feels as friendly and family-like as it did when it was just you and your dad in a small shed and a few polytunnels. Maddie smiled as she narrowed her eyes. And how do you know that, Mr. Tate? You didn't know me until after Dad died. Mrs. Johnson came in for coffee and cake with her pals. I overheard them discussing how proud your father would be of you, and how friendly you've kept the place. And I quote, that Maddie's a credit to her father. Tony'd be that proud of how friendly it is here, even now it's all big. A tear pricked at the corner of Maddie's eye as she chuckled. That sounds like Mrs. Johnson, all right. Then one of her friends asked about her cress sandwiches. I stopped being a shameless eavesdropper at that point. Maddie laughed. Before Christmas, Mrs. Johnson ordered cress seed from us for her grandchildren to grow. She got an extra packet for herself as she didn't want to be left out of the fun. She enjoyed it so much she's been buying herself a packet every few months ever since. Hence, the cress sandwiches. Sounds like they're becoming her signature dish. Talking of signature dishes, do we have time to sneak a sausage sandwich from Joe before we open up to the Saturday hordes? Not a hope. Maddie poked Ed's stomach. But as soon as Sabi arrives, I'll get you a sausage sarnie and a takeout coffee. Good enough? Perfect. Jemima unlocked the cake cupboard and gingerly extracted a large square box. Apple cake today? If that's the one with the next use-by date, then bring it on. Joe kept his eyes on the coffee machine as Maddie's 12-year-old niece placed the box on the counter behind him. There's a few slices of Victoria sponge left from yesterday, too. Let's have those as well then, Jem. And there's some chocolate brownies in the fridge. Jemima opened the new cake box. Whoa! That is one huge apple cake. I don't think I'd better lift it out. If I dropped it, Mum would never let me help you again. Having given his hands a wash, Joe turned to help her. It is a bit of a brute. Could you lay out the brownies instead? There's a rectangular plate in the far cupboard under the counter. Sure. Jemima gave Joe a sideways look. I'm going to miss helping out here so much. I'm going to miss you too, once the new school year starts next week. Easing the cake from its tight-fitting container, Joe added, You've been amazing. Jemima wrinkled her nose. I'd rather stay here with you, Mum and Aunt Maddie. No, you wouldn't. Joe lowered the cake onto a large round board. You love school, and you must be missing people of your own age. Okay, yes, maybe. But I love being at the potting shed with you oldies too. Cheek. Jemima laughed. I'll still come in on Sundays if I don't have too much homework to do. And if that's okay with Maddie and Mum, of course. I'm sure it will be. I know your aunt's thrilled that you like it here so much. Jemima took the cling film off the remaining Victoria sponge cake. That was a loaded, I'm not sure Mum's so thrilled. Jemima shrugged. She likes me working here as long as I don't get under anyone's feet. But despite all she's said in the past about me being able to make my own decisions, I'm not sure she'd like it if I told her I don't want to go to university, as I'd rather work here. Putting down the knife he'd been about to use to slice the apple cake, Joe gave her a hug. Come on, you haven't even done your GCSEs yet. Why not leave the rest of your life worries for a bit? He returned to the cake slicing. You may have a change of heart in a few years and decide you'd like to be a doctor or botanist or chef or anything at all. Or you might not. Either way, it doesn't matter. Options should always be left open. The potting shed